I am from West Bengal. There is a lot of suffering around us today. As you all know, a severe cyclonic storm hit our state 2 days ago. Our neighboring state Odisha has also been affected, as has been Bangladesh, which is our neighboring country. And all this has happened in the backdrop of the coronavirus pandemic, which is raging all across the world, including in this region. Many mud houses have been flattened in this area. Two of the districts are most affected. These are North and South 24 Parganas adjoining Calcutta. Mud houses have been flattened. People are without electricity in the city, without water. Many people are still without electricity. Infrastructure has been damaged. There is food scarcity. Standing crops have been destroyed. The governments, both at the state and the center, are trying hard. 8 packages have been announced, but nothing will be enough, and it will take a lot of time to return to normalcy. So, as a writer of climate fiction and eco-fiction, I am often asked, are there more cyclones in the Bay of Bengal region? Well, yes and no. We do have more cyclones in Bay of Bengal compared to the Arabian Sea. And in fact, if you read Amitav Ghosh, you will find out that he talks about Piddington, who lived in Calcutta, an Englishman who had studied cyclones. We do have more of those compared to the Arabian Sea, but we have cyclones in other places of the world too, only they go by different names. In the northern Atlantic, they are called hurricanes. In East Asia, they are known as typhoons. We all know about Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Sandy, which had inflicted havoc in the United States. So it's not only our personal misfortune. These storms are getting severe, these are becoming more frequent. So the pertinent question is to ask why more of these cyclones are building up. Why are they getting more severe? And some studies done in the Atlantic have found that warming of the sea is one of the reasons, warming of the seas and oceans. And why are the seas and oceans of the world warming up? This is happening because of climate change. The way we are consuming and producing unsustainably, pumping tons and tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, is resulting in climate change. And one of the symptoms of climate change is warming of oceans. And when oceans warm up, they result in intensification of storms, stronger winds, greater damage. So there is no easy solution to this. The government has been talking about resilient infrastructure. Resilient infrastructure is needed, build better and stronger houses and dwellings, but even the building of infrastructure results in climate change. So the better and long run solution, of course, is to change our ways, is to institute what I call deep change. We need to completely reconsider our ways of living. We need to shift to sustainable production and consumption. We need to shift to renewables. We have to stop using fossil fuels, because all our current practices, consuming unsustainably, using transport with no reason, flying, using cars at the drop of a hat, and everything else is pumping tons and tons of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, and that is polluting the planet, that is resulting in global warming. And one of the symptoms of that is, of course, warming oceans and stronger storms, devastating storms. So that's the only thing we can do. I wouldn't take more of your time. This is a time to help people around us, those who have been suffering. The problem is we have cyclones in other parts of the world too, but because this is a developing region, so the suffering is in a different scale. It is always the poor and the underprivileged who suffer more from climate change events.